We are of course no strangers to offering a lovely example of these modern takes on the Land Rover Defender, but this one is truly something special. In fact, for the Defender aficionado, you will probably immediately recognise exactly what this is, because not only is it the longer 7-seat version of the Defender, the 110 edition, but it's a HSE, so fully loaded by definition, and on top of that, it has the rather expensive when new, that's for sure, full urban kit, including of course the full body kit, those gorgeous wheels, the rear spoiler, and more, which we'll return to in a second. It's finished in Santorini black with matching ebony leather, heated leather of course. Again, we'll come back to that in a second. And even for a 2020 Defender, which has just reached 47,000 miles in that time. That's still 6,000 miles less than the average for one of these on the market. And with that very economical and plenty torquey 2-litre SD4 engine, it's the kind of vehicle which on the one hand gives you the road presence of something like a Mercedes G-Wagon or a Hummer, but with far better fuel economy and, quite frankly, a far more reasonable price in terms of how much car you actually get for the money. Consider this, you can quite easily spend, for this generation of Defender for example, 40, 50 plus thousand pounds on one of these. With all of these extra goodies though, this car still, with lower than average mileage mind you, is still under £53,000. Of course, still has the option of low deposit financing as well, and with a full main agent service history, including barely 200 miles ago by sitting a Land Rover in Bristol. It's the definition of a beloved car, and further to that point, it's a single owner car from brand new. And it really is no wonder why this car is so impressive, because it was originally spec'd by Land Rover themselves as a showroom model. Now, before we return to the point of its engine, we do of course need to talk about those goodies. We've mentioned the fact that it's fully loaded as a HSE, and that it certainly is. So deep breath, it has power side steps, privacy glass, an electronically deployable tow bar, 22-inch wheels with all-weather, all-terrain tyres, that of course roof-mounted light bar, thousands of pounds worth of kit just in that piece alone as part of the urban kit, the side stowage box as well, also as part of that kit, the aforementioned body kit, rear wheel cover, spoiler, it has driver's heads-up display as well, matching black roof rails, Meridian surround sound with a 10-inch touchscreen display, it's Apple and Android prepped with Pro navigation, 360-degree parking aid with 3D surround cameras as well, adaptive cruise control, sliding panoramic roof, auto leveling matrix LED headlights, dual zone climate control, adaptive dynamics, electronic air ride suspension. At this point, essentially what you're getting is a full-size Range Rover, but with even more modern and certainly even chunkier, more aggressive looks thanks to the urban kit all rolled into one. And to return to the point of it being a 7-seater, it is of course ISOFIX prepped as well for child seats. To round everything off nicely though, we need to go back to the point of that engine. You have 430 newtons of pulling power in conjunction with that electronic deployable tow bar and 4-wheel drive. It's an incredible towing machine, that's for sure, on holidays or if you need to tow a trailer for example, but at the same time you can average, not peak on the motorway, but just average over 30 miles per gallon, and quite laughably its road tax is £195 a year. If then you've already been considering one of these modern takes on the iconic Land Rover Defender, particularly in a 7-seater 110 form, and certainly with that extra special visual kit as well, putting this into, when new, certainly a 6-figure vehicle, that's for sure. Well, now it's quite literally a fraction of that cost, but still with all of that ability, those advantages, and certainly the kind of daily driver practicality which something like a Hummer or beyond simply cannot match. So of course, if you would like to reach out regarding this Defender, you could send us an email to the address shown here on screen, or give us a call on 01749 871155, or of course on our mobile number of 07482 267 439.